This is episode number 14 of Fresh and Uncooked. My name is Chris.
And I'm Jeff.
And this is the food podcast to listen to learn about new products and menu items, general food discussion, food reviews, taste tests, all kinds of good stuff, including today's topic, Jeff, which is
potato chips.
But first, I got some food news that includes French fries that are guaranteed to be hot and crispy.
Ooh.
Takis taking on Pringles.
Really?
And Jimmy John's at your local Walmart.
Yes, that's a win.
Time for food news.
Food news.
So today's potato chip episode should feature some potato chip news, and it just happens to be that I got a couple potato chip news.
That's a nice coincidence.
Good timing. So Jimmy John's potato chips, Jimmy chips, solid chip. I'm sure you've had Jimmy chips before, right?
Just this week.
Really? Well, what flavor?
Yeah.
What flavor you go?
I usually go with the jalapeno.
Ooh, solid choice.
Yeah, I like those.
Potato chips, as we'll discuss later in the episode, fantastic side dish to any sandwich or sub, just like at Jimmy John's. Jimmy chips are solid chips. I think I've dabbed in all their flavors, but they will be available at your local Walmart. Original and barbecue are the only two flavors, at least for now, but they're hitting 3,000 Walmart locations across the U.S. and it says next week.
Oh, wow. So are they bigger bags too, or are they still just the single serving?
So 8-ounce bags, which is bigger than the store or the restaurant. The restaurant has 2-ounce packs.
Okay.
So 8 ounces, 4 times as big, $2.98 a pop.
That's not awful.
Yeah, it's a fair price.
I like that.
This is the cool part. So if you're a fan of Jimmy John's, you probably have the Jimmy John app. Jeff,
you know that I do.
Jeff has the Jimmy John app. This is cool. So you can go to Walmart, you can pick up a bag of regular or barbecue, and you can scan the bag with your phone and get rewards for Jimmy John's.
See, that's awesome. Now I'll get a
cool.
I'll get a free sandwich a lot sooner.
Yeah. I think that's pretty unique. I don't think anybody else is doing it. Of course, it's not like you're buying McDonald's fries, at your local grocery store freezer section or anything, but
it's a good idea. It's another reason to have the app too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you go to Jimmy John's, might as well get the app. I'm learning. Every time I go to a restaurant, I think, should I get the app? Would I get enough rewards? Eventually I would, but you know what? Sometimes you just get good deal offers.
Right. See, I don't even think, should I get the app? I just ask myself, do they have an app? And then if they do, I download it right then and there, and I look to see what happens. So, yeah, I think I'm probably up to 20 apps.
That's a lot. I think I'm maybe up to 5. I don't know if I've hit 5 yet. I'm getting there. I'm building up. That's the cool thing, though. It's like I probably won't get a lot of rewards at these places, but they always seem to have a good deal like that you can only get on the app. And usually when you sign up, there's like a pretty awesome deal for just using the app for the first time.
Yeah, they'll give you something for free.
Or with Jimmy John's, even cooler, you can go to the store, buy Jimmy John's chips, and get points. And who knows, there'll probably be a reward too to push these things. So
yeah,
I think that's pretty cool. Another chip story for the news, Takis, which are, of course, tortilla chips, which we're not covering today. We're covering potato chips. But Takis has announced that they have a new salty snack ready to take on their flavor. It's Takis Crisps. They're available now nationwide. These stackable potato crisps are in a container made for on the go in 2-ounce and 5-ounce containers for $1.19, $1.69. It's like your local convenience stores, your 7-Elevens, your gas station. You can get potato crisps, aka Pringles, as in the spicy Taki flavor. I don't know, would they taste different on a potato chip or crisp than a tortilla, corn, potato? I'm not really a big Takis fan, though.
My daughter loves them. I got her a case of them from, I think, Sam's Club for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
One year. And she went through them, I think, before Christmas break was over. There's even frozen.
Spicy?
They are. So there's even frozen Takis that they had in the frozen aisle at the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah, and those are gross. I would not. They're nothing.
It's like an ice cream?
No, it's like a pizza roll. And then it had cheese inside of it, but it had the Taki outside.
Yeah.
They're still sitting in my freezer. I've probably had them in my freezer for about a year. They're disgusting.
They're that good, huh?
They are not good. Maybe I'll have them tonight for dinner just to get rid of them.
I've always been afraid to try the Takis, to be honest.
Yeah. I
mean, I don't
her mom
mind.
Tries to limit her intake on Takis because she loves
them. They just
them.
seem so coated in, it's like flaming hot Cheetos. I won't go near those. Like too much radioactive redness going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of red going on.
I don't mind a little spice in a chip or a snack, but I want to be able to have more than one, and not like a bucket of water or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you brought up Flaming Hot Cheetos. Here's the best thing that you can do with Flaming Hot Cheetos. You put them in your Ninja or like a blender, and you make sure that they're really fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that, and then you put them on top of mac and cheese.
Oh.
Game changer. Okay. Game changer.
I was wondering where you were going to go. I didn't know if you were going to go like breading some chicken tenders with them or something, but mac and cheese. Little crunch then to it.
Yeah, it's
spice.
Good. It's really good.
I can see it working. Since we're on the topic of potatoes, we were at least. Wendy's is coming out with some new fries, and they're guaranteed to be hot and crispy. They call them Wendy's hot and crispy fries.
I've been seeing a lot about this lately.
They are claiming they're reinvented, are preferred nearly 2-to-1 over McDonald's French fries in a national taste test. Pretty big claim.
That's a huge claim.
The hamburger chain tested 20 different cuts of potatoes, Jeff, and they're dialing up the crew training. They're updating the restaurant operations and equipment to deliver on their hot and crispy fry guarantee. So the guarantee being, of course, that their fries will be hot and crispy, no matter if you order through the drive-thru, if you're contactless pickup via mobile order or delivery through the Wendy's app, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber. If they are not hot and crispy, you will be eligible for a replacement.
Okay.
Also, if you are a fan of the Frosty, make sure you have the Wendy's app because you can score a free small Frosty when you purchase any size hot and crispy fry this month.
How about that? A lot of people love to dip those fries in the Frosty.
Yeah, I'm not all about that.
Me either.
But another good deal through an app. You can only get it through the app. So
I've been preaching this all along. This is why you need to have an app.
If you like Frosties, no brainer. If you like Wendy's, no brainer. If you like fries, no brainer. Wendy's app, free Frosty, trying the new fries, and they better be hot and crispy.
Yes.
Otherwise, they're replacing a lot of fries and probably a lot of jobs. Where would you rate Wendy's fries? Kind of in the middle. I mean, before this, reinvented potato thing happened.
I thought that they were pretty solid. I thought they were really solid.
Yeah, I had no complaints about them. I mean, every fry gets cold. So if they literally like surviving the drive home, I'm 10 minutes away from most fast food places here at home, and fries are almost guaranteed to be cold by the time I get home. So this could be a game changer. We'll see. Yeah,
I like the idea. I'm definitely going to try them out. And you know how I'm going to order? I'm going to order these things too?
Through the Wendy's app.
You got it.
It's your food news. It can be a snack. It could be a side dish. It could be an ingredient. It's my favorite snack.
Potato chips? It's solid.
Definitely my favorite snack. It's my weakness.
I would say it's my weakness too. So much so that I don't buy potato chips very often because I'll end up having a bag of potato chips for dinner.
I will have dinner, but then have a bag of potato chips. That's my weakness. And I will buy potato chips, in fact. After prepping for this episode, I got some potato chips. Saving them for later, though, Jeff. There won't be any crunching in the microphone today, but
I'll tell you what, I did the same thing. Yesterday, I got a text from my wife, and she said, "Hey, I have a taste for potato chips." So I said, "Okay, what kind?" And she's like, "I don't know." So you know what I did? I bought a variety pack. There's like 50 bags of small chips in my house. Yeah. Yes. And since she went to the grocery store and had a taste for potato chips, she bought potato chips too. Oh. So now a home that normally doesn't have potato chips has a plethora of potato chips.
I'm calling a lot of football and potato chips this weekend for Jeff.
Absolutely.
Just wild guess. So obviously, in my opinion, the greatest snack, but it could also be a side dish. As we talked earlier, it's great as a side dish to a sandwich. And I'm thinking maybe the perfect accompaniment for a sub or a sandwich.
Yeah.
It can be an ingredient. You could put the chips on the sandwich instead of on the side.
Oh, boy.
There are plenty of casseroles out there with chips as an ingredient. Tons of recipes with potato chips as an ingredient, even desserts. There's cookies. There's cookie recipes with potato chips. You could just have chocolate-covered potato chips.
Yeah.
Very versatile. And then there's homemade potato chips where you're making the potato chips. That is the recipe. I don't think I've ever made homemade potato chips, but there's restaurants out there that make them fresh.
Yeah, and they're usually good. That's the way to go. I love those type of potato chips.
All right. I was going to say there's nothing that comes to my mind that like blew my mind, but hey, more power to them. So let's talk brands first, Jeff.
Okay.
In the U.S., top 5 brands. What do you think is number 1?
Lay's has to be Lay's, right?
Lay's. Yeah, Frito-Lay is a pretty big snack company, right?
Absolutely.
So big they have the number 2 spot as well.
How is that?
Ruffles.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that weird? Like Lay's and Ruffles, you'd think they're competitors, but they're actually all owned by Frito-Lay. Then there's also Pringles at number 3, which is a potato crisp. Utz.
Yeah, Utz, they're really big on the East Coast.
Yeah, Utz is number 4, and Kettle Brand is number 5.
Ooh,
Solid
good deal.
chip. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think potato chips are also regional too, because here in Chicago, Vintners is a player in the game.
Vintners, yeah.
Vintners are good too. You can only get them at a gas station most of the time, though. But they're pretty solid. I know that they have like an oil and vinegar or something like that.
Yeah, I remember them being more, I guess, bigger maybe when I was a kid. So I don't know if other companies have kind of taken up their space and that's why they're not around so much. But yeah, Vintners in Chicago area, definitely a player. So flavors. What do you think is the number 1 flavor, at least in 2020, of potato chips in the U.S.?
Is it barbecue?
Barbecue's number 2.
All right. Plain?
Plain is number 1.
Oh. There's nothing wrong with the plain potato chip.
There's not, but I don't know. That just surprised me that it's number 1. It's just plain. But that's just how good a potato chip can be, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just salt and potato. What else do you need?
Well, and then if you bring in a dip right away,
Maybe
then
that's
it's a totally different ball game.
Maybe that's why it's number 1, because people are dipping them too. I got to be honest, I don't dip too much when it comes to potato chips.
Same here. I don't need it.
Sour cream and onion, number 3. Salt and vinegar is number 4, and cheese is number 5. Top 5 flavors in the U.S. for potato chips.
How often do you buy cheese potato chips that are just cheese?
A lot. A lot.
Really? With cheese?
I was going to get into my personal top 3 potato chips. Mm-hmm. One of them involves cheese.
Okay.
Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream potato chips.
Those are good. Those are really good.
In my top 3.
All right.
Well, any pickle flavored potato chips. Dill pickle flavored potato chips. Love them.
Those are good.
Those are very good. There's a brand Zapp's, which are kettle cooked. Mm-hmm. They make a kind of a spicy dill pickle chip. That one's solid. I just love them. But Zapp's also makes my other top 3 flavor, Voodoo. You ever had Zapp's Voodoo potato chips?
I have. Don't they have those at Potbelly? Is that the one?
I think
they might sell Zapp's at Potbelly.
So it doesn't really describe it on the bag, and I've never really looked up the flavor. Mm-hmm. But after looking up the flavor, it's described as a salt and vinegar with a mix of smoky barbecue.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
That just sounds, that's like, ooh. I'm like, now I have to have Zapp's Voodoo chips, so that's what I bought today at the store, some Zapp's Voodoo flavored chips.
So those Zapp's are available at Potbelly.
Okay.
I did confirm that.
Nice. I should go to Potbelly more often. Potbelly's a solid choice.
Yeah, I should download the Potbelly app. I don't have that app.
Uh-oh, there we go. Let me know if they got a good deal. I might have to stop by there soon.
I could say my top 3, but there's not really an order. So salt and vinegar, I like those. Mm-hmm. I think there's even one that's like a black pepper salt and vinegar. Ooh. So any variation on that.
I've seen salt and pepper chips, but I've never seen salt, pepper, and vinegar.
I think that there might be
That'd be
one
good.
That's black pepper and vinegar or something like that. So yeah, salt and vinegar, I like that. And then jalapeno. also very delicious.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's anything. I guess I go for something that's more salty than anything when it comes to a chip.
Plain.
Does that make sense?
Plain potato chip.
Yeah, just anything that's just salty. Now the cheese ones, I don't really go for the cheese ones, but yeah, if it's a jalapeno, if it's a salt and vinegar or anything like that, I like those. Occasionally at Aldi, when they have those specialty ones that they come out with, I'll try those too. Where I think one was Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. I like that. I like when doesn't Ruffles do that or Lay's? Lay's does that, where they'll come out with one. I believe they did one that was like a Euro flavored one.
Greektown Euro.
Yeah. It's crazy how close they get to the flavors with all of those.
I do enjoy, I love how Lay's gets crazy with their flavors.
Yeah.
Most of them I'll try. Some of them are a little, not too excited about. Like this year, earlier, we talked about it too. In a previous episode, they just kind of did like Doritos, Cool Ranch.
Yeah,
but on a potato chip, and that was fun. But they've come up with cappuccino flavored chips, wasabi ginger, the Greektown Euro, like Jeff talked about. New York Reuben was a flavor, or
that one was good.
I don't know how limited some of these were. I believe there's Carnita Street Taco out now. But they've had smoked Gouda and chive, which I've never seen before or heard about. But
sounds delicious.
That's an interesting one. And fried green tomato apparently is a pretty big underdog. I guess it didn't do so well from what I understand, but it sounded like it kind of maybe had a little cult following. Fried green tomato Lay's.
But no, that's a cool thing that they do. That's why they're number one.
Well, their other brand, Ruffles, doesn't really get too crazy. They have like a hot wing flavor Ruffles. They got the ultimate flavor, the cheddar and sour cream, which is just solid. But they got lime jalapeno and a jalapeno ranch. But that's kind of really all about it. All they have for Ruffles as far as like unconventional. Everybody has the sour cream and onion, the barbecue, sometimes a couple different barbecues.
Didn't they have a loaded baked potato at one time as well? I remember that one, and it was really good.
One thing that Ruffles has is apparently it's number one in Canada. It's the number one flavor, and they brought it down here to the U.S. Many years ago, I believed. But it's called All Dressed. So it's a blend of salty, savory, and sweet all at the same time. So think salt and vinegar, ketchup, and barbecue all kind of rolled together. I think I've tried it once many years ago. I still see it around. I don't know what Canada thinking, but apparently that's the number one flavor up there.
Loaded bacon and cheddar potato skins. That's one of the Ruffles that are really good.
And then there's Pringles, which is a potato chip, but it's not really potato.
No.
Crisp. I guess it's kind of dehydrated potato, so it sort of kind of is, but then it's like shaped into its own, unique shape.
They burn really easily.
What, when you cook them? Have you tried cooking Pringles?
Well, no. If you set them on fire, they burn. Not
really?
as well as not as well as Doritos. So, all right. So over the summer, I ran out of charcoal starters. All right. So me and my son, we looked on YouTube, and it's like, okay, well, how do you get charcoal going without charcoal starters or fluid or what have you? Well, the number one video was Doritos. Obviously, Doritos burn really, really bad. Maybe not obviously, but in this video, they made it really obvious that Doritos burn really well.
Wow.
So I need to try it I need to try that at some point in time. But two, I remember when I was a kid, my uncle would always say that, Pringles aren't chips because they burn. He's like, have you ever tried to burn one? I was like, no, I'm a kid. What am I burning Pringles for?
Have you ever tried to burn a Pringle, kid?
Yeah, why would I burn my delicious snack here? But yeah, he said that Pringles are very flammable. So maybe we should just burn both of these at some point in time and do a nice little TikTok video.
Which one will go out first, Pringles or Doritos? Kids, we don't recommend doing these at home. I'll leave it to Jeff and I. We're the professionals. But right. Jeff, a chimney starter will work great.
Oh, no, I had the chimney starter, but I didn't have anything to get things going. Do you know what I mean? Like I put like a starter in there, either the cubes.
Stack of Pringles at the bottom.
Yeah, this was what this guy did. I'm going to send this video to you, this YouTube video. And I'll post it up at the Fresh and Uncooked Twitter and stuff.
Awesome. So Pringles gets a little funky with the flavors.
Very funky. I do like Pringles. I love Pringles. Either sour cream and onion or just the plain ones. Although the pizza ones are good too.
They do have
and their
pizza.
barbecue are probably better than other barbecue chips.
I don't like plain Pringles. I think I'm tasting too much of the Pringle. But sour cream and onion, their cheese ones are good. Barbecue's okay. But pizza. You can get pizza flavored chips.
Yeah.
No one else is doing that.
Right.
Applewood
those are delicious.
cheddar. I would probably pass on. They got honey mustard. But the cool thing about Pringles, they also do a lot of collabs too with other companies. Right now they have Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich flavored Pringles.
Get out. Where do you get those?
Oh, I've seen those.
Really?
Yeah.
I should probably grocery shop more. My grocery shopping has really gone down a lot since the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, check out the Pringles section next time for sure. Spend some time there. It's a lot of flavors. Here's the worst thing about Pringles, though, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
They can be a gamble sometimes. They could be all crushed. Does that happen to you? Okay, it's not just me, right? Phew. Yeah. You had me worried there for a second. So I usually give a gentle little shake to it. I'm getting good at telling which ones are bad and which ones aren't.
Well, I don't know if that's the best way to test it because
a gentle
I think
shake.
somebody else was probably giving it a gentle shake and it wasn't so gentle. And that's why we're getting all these broken chips.
Well, that's why I'm being courteous for the next,
okay.
Pringles consumer. I'm just gently shaking. And if it's bad, I'll put it down on the floor. That's how I test my Pringles. It's like checking for a good cantaloupe, smelling the fruit. I shake my Pringles, make sure I'm getting a solid can of Pringles.
I get it.
And yeah, I wanted to talk about Zaps because I kind of never really liked kettle cooked chips when I was younger, but I'm a big fan of the kettle cooked stuff as I'm older.
It makes sense. Yeah, I would probably say those are my favorite kind these days.
Yeah. Good crunch.
Something real crunchy and working the gums.
Well, Zaps is definitely my recommendation for kettle cooked. The Voodoo is my favorite. If you like pickle chips, the Cajun dill gator tater chips are solid. They got spicy Cajun craw taters, which I think I've had, but it's basically like a Cajun crawfish boil flavored potato chip. Barbecue, salt and vinegar, jalapeno, Jeff. All good, all solid.
That's a good lineup right there.
We're just scratching the surface on snacks when it comes to episode topics, Jeff. So who knows where we have to go next? Maybe dips. Maybe we start talking tortilla chips or alternative snacks. Maybe even we'll do healthy snacks. We haven't done like a healthy episode on anything yet, right?
We should probably do something healthy. And not something that we consider healthy, something that's been scientifically proven to be healthy.
Oh, okay. Disclaimer. We'll save that for January. That's when everyone goes on a diet. I think that's the January show. So we're coming up to Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays, Hanukkah and all the everything's getting real fattening. With the winter coming in. So we'll go healthy 2022.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to go about it.
Good timing. Yeah.
Save it for next year. That's the way I look at the whole healthy thing. Just save it for next year.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Fresh Uncooked. We're also on TikTok at Fresh Uncooked Podcast. Jeff, I'm gonna stop record this episode and probably have some potato chips soon. So,
sounds good.
Until next week.
Enjoy what you eat.